Call them in there, Henry. I had to move that little pool over here for now, because every now and then, when that gets so wet and the sun don't hit it because of the tarp, I got to move the pool so I could take the tarp down so get some sun on that ground, because it just gets nasty over there. Because I got one of their food bowls over there, and if I don't let sun hit to it and dry it out, it just gets nasty. But I don't want the pools directly in the sun all day either. Huh. I'll get to that one next. You just have to get in this one. Yeah, the biggest female there, right there in the middle, is Henry's favorite. They're not old enough yet to even lay eggs, so, but doesn't mean he's not started trying to learn, you know. They actually like this little one better, but you just have to deal with these two pools in one spot, because I gotta let that other behind the coop dry out. That one there's Henry's favorite. I haven't named them because they look alike, and I was waiting until they get full grown so I can memorize some markings on them. Because even the colors of their beaks, the way they're shaded differently, may change somewhat, so it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I can name them now because they're a little bit different in size, all three of them, but that's definitely going to change. Come on, Henry, you getting your colors in, boy. Yeah. You're getting your colors in. You're getting so pretty. So that's a submissive swim there. Okay. I didn't catch it, they flew out of there real fast. They like doing that with the water. Okay, that looks full enough. Put a little bit more in here and that's it. I broke my third hose in the sun. Got a hole in it there, so I cut the end of it off. Ordered another one. Gotta quit leaving it out in the sun. I gave him some wet food. It's my future flock. I think I got one too many crock rolls in here though, which not including that one. So those will have to be rehomed, but we'll see. I've been coming in here in the daytime and sitting down and just grabbing and putting them on my lap and petting them. I haven't gotten to all of them yet, but I grab the ones that get close. So some of them don't mind me now. So I'm trying to make this flock a little bit more friendlier. That's why I'm going to take a pause on hatching eggs and stuff, and I just need to make a little bit more time for these girls and boys. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Eat your wet feed. And I'll be in here later. I got to do a cleanup. I got to rake this out. I still got a pooper scoop in the coop. And, you know, you live and learn. You try stuff. And the bark is pretty good keeping it dry when it storms and rains. But, you know, I'm thinking that because it's so hot, the muddy dirt might not be too bad because it's easier to clean up. So I've been raking a little bit of this out at a time and putting it in the chicken run. I'm not going to clear it all out this time. I mean, eventually it'll get cleared out, but not the best idea with youngins. Just because, you know, you tell where they perch, because that's getting real poopy back there. And if I pooper scoop with the pooper scooper, I'm going to pick up all the bark anyway. So that's usually what I do, is I pooper scoop, get the worst up, and then I'm going to rake them a little bit at a time out of here. Might not have been the best idea. Because, like, my girls, usually they're up there, and usually they're out up underneath the tree. They don't really hang out underneath here very often. They are now, because it's, you know, it's still morning. But, still kind of cool. I guess if you want to, it's not hot yet, super hot. But, so with them being pinned up in here, it's just the poo-poo gets a little overboard. I'll be in here later on to clean it up. I did refill their sandbox with clean sand. They've been using it. I got DE mixed in with it. Okay, finish that and I'll be in here in a little bit. This is the mess they make in 24 hours. So I got a pooper scoop and pooper scoop down there where I can, and that's my bag of straw. I keep my bales of straw in the garage in a box because it's easier just to bag what I need up and bring out here. It's a lot easier for me to carry that way too. So I need to get in here. Got one hen over there. I haven't found an egg in here yet, so they're still experimenting. I think I need to put more straw in there. Frank has gotten up there, believe it or not. So I need a pooper scoop, get the sweat back up. Girls, would you just quit making a mess in here? And as you see, that's what they do in 24 hours. Don't ya? Don't ya? I was thinking of hosing these off real good, let them dry in the sun and paint them, spray paint them pink or something. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is when I rehome my current flock, I'm going to keep 2 of the girls so that they can train my teenagers when they get old enough to where I release them. Yeah. Don't know which ones yet. But we'll figure it out. So I got to get my mess cleaned back up again out of this corner. And get the pooper scooping. So I got... What? No one's bothering you. So I concentrated on the Chicksville shed the other day, so now I'm going to concentrate. What? Are they in your favorite box? Go pick another one. I concentrated on the Chicksville shed the other day, so I'm going to concentrate on that kennel. And in here today, I mean, this is weekly. This is a couple times a week. You got to pick and choose your battles, don't you? Why don't you get up in there? That's how they take their naps in the pool. And yesterday I caught one of the hens beating up one of the female ducks. Or trying to. Henry's not old enough. Frank, can you let me talk first, please? See that sound? He's trying to get his girl's attention to show him stuff that he just to make them come up to him. But, and then Frank, one time I caught him trying to be rough with one of the female ducks, but she finally got away, and like I said before in one of my other videos, I think that's why she had that little limp. But she's doing good. But other than that, and not being able to keep the hens out of the... ducks don't like to go in the kennel anyway. They like to be outside. So, until it gets winter. But I think that's something else too, is right now Frank kind of rules the nest around here, of course. The ducks are new. So my new teenagers are younger than these ones. Well, they're actually about the same age. It's just, of course, ducks are bigger. The ducks are a little bit older than the Rhode Island Red teenagers, but not by much. So I think once I, replace my flock, and the ducks being just a few weeks older, that might work out better. They might intermingle a little better. I don't know. We're going to try it. What, Frank? But anyway, my idea is to put more poles up here, because I think the more poles I have, because these bend less than those, because I don't have as many poles on those. I think that could be another reason why, too. So I'm going to get this taken down, start here. I got an all-day venture. I'm going to be doggy sitting for the next week for my girlfriend. So she'll be bringing her dog over here soon, sometime today. So trying to get done what I can get done. Okay, I got that taken down. I just leave it lay like that. That way that spot here can dry out with the sun so I don't get mold and stuff like in there. Because of course, when you got, Frank, when you got something shaded, you need the sun to help dry out and make sure you don't get no mold or anything. So once a week, what I've been doing is taking that down, sometimes twice a week, letting that dry out. So the ducks will just have to hang out over here somewhere, which is what they usually do. Or they hang out in the corner by the fence over there. And I do have, not right now because I'm inside here, but I do have the solar fencing on, because when I'm going to doggy sit, it's a small dog and it knows how to get up underneath the fence and come in here. So if I have my back turned, I want it to learn to not touch that fence. But I got to turn it off when I'm inside here. So that's going to be the next training session. Make sure he listens when I say no. My little Easter eggers are doing good. Just gave him some wet feed. I'm going to take that, get that washed out, get some fresh water. And I rehomed almost all of these except for 6 of them. And the Moran. Gotta get out there and see how they kick up the shavings aside there. That's okay. Gotta get in there and do that. And then these ones, they're getting too big for here, too many of them. Have not rehomed these yet. And those also include my Australorps, Welsamers, and Brahmas. And the rest are Rhode Island Reds. So my intention is, because there's so many of those, I should be able to put them in with these few here, because these are only like a week plus older. So we'll see, because there's so many of them, it might work. We will try it, because usually if you have a bigger group to mix in, it works better, as long as it's not more than a week difference. Each time they get a week older, sometimes you can extend that time some. So all I have to do in here now is I'm going to make sure everybody's got their feed and water, everything, and then I'm going to head out and finish the tarping and the work out there on the coop. Got them some fresh water. And these are all pullets, or girls. And these will be rehomed when they get several weeks old. They are not going to be rehomed too young like I had to do the Rhode Island Reds, but the Rhode Island Reds I did not purchase. I hatched those, so they didn't cost me nothing. Oh, I just changed that. Look at the shavings in that. Well, they're getting a little older, so I can lift that up some now. So I think I'm going to get a block and put under there and get it up off there a little bit more. And I do have a place to hang a water up there, so I may do that and change this around a little bit. But since I'm thinking about putting them in here, I'm going to hold off for a minute. And I brought my little munchkins out here. That one I was trying to give a chance to. There was one that wasn't born real well, and I put a couple of these in a separate pop-open brooder in my bedroom, so they were kind of separated. And after a couple days, just didn't make it. So put the other ones back in with these ones and brought them out here in this bigger pop-open in the garage. So, what? I still have to rehome these. I think the other day I counted a total of, not in counting my permanent flock or the teenagers and the chicken run, just the ones that the Chicksville shed in here. I have about 50 chicks. I got to rehome. Yeah, it's okay. I walk in here and they all corner in over there. I do not have their hot plate on, or heat plate on right now. It's hot in this garage. Our garage is also spray foamed that's connected to the house, so, and I have a window open and a little fan on, so help with some cross breeze because it gets hot in here. Okay, I'll leave you alone now. I will leave you alone. I'm not coming too close to the fence now. I've had this, this morning I started turning this on because, like I said, I'm on a dog sit, and that little dog crawls underneath there and gets in with them and might start chasing them. So my connections, which I bought the wrong ones, but they still work. So I put them high up on the fence to remind me I've got this on. Because it's not been on since last year. I just now turned it off because I'm going to go in here and work on the tarp. But I thought that was a good idea for me to maybe not get shocked again, which I have done that several times when I had this on last year. So we're going to try that. So I'm going to go in here now and get that tarp taken down. Try to get the heavy work, or not the heavy work, but because it's hot out here, get that done before I start working inside. So I'm going to get going on this and try to get that new tarp up there. Okay. Phew. And the reason I cut slits in it, like I said, there's two reasons. One, if it gets real windy, got some wind to come out of those slits, so don't pull the whole thing off. I was gonna, I zip tied it, and I was gonna go back and staple and all that stuff, but I thought, yeah, this will do for now. You know, if we do get like a hurricane wind or anything like that coming strong, I can just pull these down and lay it down there, so that's not a big deal. And then I also put the slits in it so when it rains, it doesn't hold all that water, because there's no way I can make this stay straight. You know, so that helps with that. It's not so much keeping them dry under here, because I mean, we're in Georgia. I mean, it's gonna rain, but this is more or less for shade. I don't have slits up there. So it'll still stay dry, and they got a wider space. So instead of that 10-foot one, this one's 20 foot. So, because of the chain link fence, up to there is 20 feet, just the chain link fence. So, and then they have the rest of this room, which is another 10 more feet here. But this is good enough. You happy now? Got clean water. I washed their dishes and stuff. And maybe I can keep my hose out of the sun. I mean, it's in there now, but it's morning sun. It's not the, you know, real hot bright. So I can just keep it rolled up. So as soon as my new hose gets here, I'll replace it. But they're doing good. So I'm thinking, I do have a lot of poles there, but I'm thinking, you know, the more you have, because that's a heavy tarp, and it's like an ultraviolet something or whatever, to help with the sun. So maybe it'll stay a little cooler underneath there. But because it's such a heavy tarp, well, it's not really heavy, but being it's so big, it makes the pull on it heavy. So I'm thinking the more poles I have down through there to help hold it, the less likely I'll have for those to bend over and break. Because I still don't have anything to hammer down the T-posts. I can't do it. So this will have to do. We're going to have some storms starting, I think, the end of this week or something, and maybe for the next couple weeks. But, you know, it has said that before. Not happened, so I think they'll be happy. Okay, I was going to get to cleaning in here, and I didn't freshen their waterers and all that stuff. And I was going to poop or scoop and all that, so I'm going to wait. I got to go take a break. Yeah, I am soaking wet from sweat. See, that gives it more shade there. Gives it more shade here, and there is a small breeze in the, well, I mean, in here. I got 2 fans going. That one circulates, and that one's going forward, so. But there's a tiny, tiny normal kind of breeze, so. And as you see, I mean, it's still early. I don't even know if it's noon yet, but they don't have the wings out yet, so they're good. I have different stuff in all their waterers. Some have a garlic, some have electrolytes and probiotics, some have apple cider vinegar, there's some plain waters, I just mix it up because I never know what each of them need. So, and I do the same thing with theirs. Right now they've got plain water in there. So the next time today, when I empty that again, I'll switch it out. So I'll probably do I think they're due for apple cider vinegar next. Yep. And tomorrow, I think, is garlic. I gotta think. When I put the garlic in there, I'll leave, you know, it lasts for quite a long time. So usually they'll have the garlic water, because with the garlic clove in it, they'll have that for, you know, a few days. Yeah, okay, everybody seems to be good. I gotta go take a break. And I may or may not get to the coop today. I mean, I'll go in there and poop or scoop later on, but I don't know how much sweeping and mopping I'm gonna do. Take care, everybody, Frank. You got a larger canopy now. You got a nice, big, huge, shady spot. Because the shade, you can wait till the sun comes up over that tree before it shades a lot under there, and then in the evenings, they usually go underneath the tree. But this gives them a lot more space. Because before, right where the grass starts is where the other one ended. So it did extend it another couple more feet. All right. Birds, if you only knew what all I did for you. Okay, I'm going to go in and take a break.